Hello and welcome to Transport Histories, a platform dedicated to uncover the hidden stories, cultures, and systems that shape how people move. In each episode, we travel through time and place to understand how transport evolves and why it matters. In today's episode, I explore the history of the bicycle. The bicycle has a long history as a human-powered mode of transport spanning more than 200 years. The first known bicycle, called the Draisine, was invented in 1817 by the German Baron Karl von Drais. This early design was constructed from wood, had no pedals, and required riders to push themselves forward by pushing their feet against the ground. In the 1860s, a new version of the bicycle known as the Velocipede was introduced by Pierre Michaud and Pierre Lallemand. Unlike the Draisine, the Velocipede featured cranks and pedals attached to the front wheel, allowing riders to propel the bicycle through pedaling. However, the bicycle's wooden frame and iron tires produced a heavy, rough ride, particularly on the bumpy roads of the time. As a result, these bicycles became popularly known as bone shakers. In the 1870s, efforts to increase cycling speeds led to the development of the penny farthing in England. This bicycle design featured a very large front wheel and a much smaller rear wheel. While this configuration improved speed and efficiency compared to earlier models, it was also highly unstable and dangerous, as riders could easily fall forward over the handlebars. A major breakthrough came in 1885 when John Kemp Starley introduced the Rover safety bicycle. This design, which closely resembles modern bicycle, featured two equal-sized wheels, a chain drive connected to the rear wheel, and a lower center of gravity. These innovations made bicycles significantly safer, easier to ride, and more accessible to a wider population. However, the tires were still made of iron materials, which limited riding comfort. 3 years later, that is in 1888, John Boyd Dunlop revolutionized bicycle design with the introduction of pneumatic, that is air-filled tires. This innovation dramatically improved ride comfort by absorbing shocks from rough road surfaces, transforming cycling from the harsh bone shakers experience into a smoother and more enjoyable activity. The improved comfort and safety of bicycles contributed to their growing popularity and also played a role in expanding mobility opportunities for women, who increasingly adopted bicycles instead of tricycles. In many historical accounts, the pneumatic bicycle is even associated with broader social change, including the empowerment and emancipation of women. During the early 20th century, technological innovations continued to improve bicycle performance. For example, in 1914, the French company Peugeot introduced early versions of recumbent bicycles that were widely used in sporting activities. These bicycles featured innovative design and gear systems that enhanced both speed and climbing ability. However, recumbent bicycles were banned from competitive cycling after 1933 due to safety concerns, which gradually led to their disappearance from the sporting scene. Later developments throughout the 20th century led to the emergence of specialized bicycle types such as BMX bicycles and mountain bikes during the 1970s. More recently, technological advances have led to the development of electric bicycles, which provides pedal assistance through battery-powered systems and expands the potential for cycling over longer distance travel. Since the introduction of the safety bicycle and pneumatic tires in the late 19th century, cycling has increasingly become a practical and competitive mode of transport. Today, Bicycles are widely recognized as an affordable, efficient, and sustainable mobility option, particularly well suited for short to medium distance trips in congested urban environments. Beyond their cost effectiveness for users, bicycles provide substantial public health benefits and can function both as independent modes of transport and a feeder mode connecting travelers to public transit systems. In addition, cycling aligns with most of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including the goals of sustainable cities and communities, climate action, reduced inequality, and good health and well-being. Despite the above benefits, the use of the bicycle as a competitive mode of urban transport varies significantly across regions. Many cities in the global north, particularly in Europe, have made substantial efforts to position cycling as a viable and competitive mode of transport through supportive infrastructure, policies, and cultural acceptance. The Netherlands, for example, has implemented a comprehensive set of cycling promotion strategies that extend beyond infrastructure to include financial incentive for e-bike adoptions and cycling lessons for immigrants and refugee women. These efforts have helped establish the Netherlands as the most bicycle-friendly country in the world. Similar initiatives exist in other countries such as the United Kingdom's Bikeability Training Program and Belgium's Cycling Education Initiatives, all aimed at promoting the adoption of the bicycle for everyday mobility. In contrast, many cities in the global south, particularly in Africa, have experienced declining cycling rates despite historically having strong cycling cultures in some contexts. Urban transport investment in these regions have largely prioritized motorized transport infrastructures, often at the expense of non-motorized mobility. As a result, cycling shares in many African cities remain extremely low, with estimates of approximately 3% in Addis Ababa, 2% in Bamako, and 1% in Dar es Salaam. Beyond infrastructure limitation, cycling in many African contexts is often perceived as a transport mode for the poor rather than a desirable everyday mobility option. Consequently, cycling is frequently used either out of necessity or for leisure purposes rather than a regular commuting mode. Given the significant socio-economic, environmental, and public health benefits associated with cycling, there is need to better understand how cycling can be made more attractive and widely adopted in cities, especially those of Africa. In particular, there is an increasing need to explore policies, infrastructure interventions, and cultural shifts that can help reposition cycling as a safe, convenient, and socially accepted mode of transport. If you enjoyed this episode of Transport Histories, stay tuned for the next edition. Until next time, I am Polycarp Chebe. Stay safe and bye-bye.